G'day guys, just wanted to make a quick video about something that I've been working on personally recently, which is that if any of you have projects that you've started and you haven't been able to finish them because you either suffer from indecision, certainly having a lot of choices in plugins and having to sift through a lot of them just to get to what you think is the right choice. And there's a lot of insecurity and stress attached to making the right decision there. The other thing is having a solid plan, and I think that's incredibly important for mixing or recording. I always say to my friends, rehearse like you're tracking, record like you're mixing, and mix like you're mastering. All that simply means is that the approach that you take during recording, you should have the end result of how that mix will sound. When you come to mixing, hopefully everything sounds like a mix already. You know, make your choices very early on and record it that way. The other thing too is I think there's a lot of anxiety attached to getting something right, and I think what we really need to focus on is really nailing down what it is that you want it to sound like before you start going and selecting plugins. Thinking about where instruments are going to be placed, what are they going to do, what's their purpose in the mix. If you can figure that out early and imagine how that will sound before you turn any EQ, before you start moving faders or anything like that. Really imagine how amazing this mix could be before you start doing it. Once you have that focus, I think you will nail it over the next hour, and then the next maybe 2 hours after that will be a process of refining it. So what I suffer from, I think, and what I've kind of come to realize lately is that I have fallen in love with the process of mixing. I enjoy going through and trying to find the ideal settings on things. But sometimes you just got to use what works. And sometimes you've got to just keep moving, because the longer you're mixing for, the more you're losing objectivity. The way I like to think about it is you've got to be a bit like a skilled painter who can just draw a circle in one smooth motion. Rather than just teetering around the edge and drawing a circle, just go for it. And I used to be a chef, so I kind of understand that world too. When they're dressing up things on a plate, a lot of customers see the artistic flair. People start to play with what's on the plate a little too much before it goes out for service. It kind of looks contrived, and you don't want contrived. You want something to look like it was thrown together in a creative way. And I often found that the faster I worked, the better it looked on the plate when I was working as a chef. And I think it's the same thing with mixing. I think what I've learned about myself, and maybe this is something that you can take on board for yourself too, is not to overthink what it is that you're doing. Definitely find the tools that work, but use them, move on. Like, once you find something that works, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the most amazing thing you've ever heard. You can always come back and do little tweaks here and there. And I think all these things will help with completing projects and making sure that you finish it. Maybe you're struggling with the same thing. Hopefully this will help someone, and I'll get some more content out soon. I'm sorry I haven't been pushing it out. It does take a long time to make new videos, and I'm going to work on a new video today, and hopefully that will be out soon. Sorry I look like death in this. It's bloody cold here in Australia. If you would like to support me on Patreon, I've just opened a new account. That would be awesome if you could help me do what I love doing, which is helping you guys out. All right, peace.